So today we're going through the guitar parts of Ry Cooder's version of Crossroads from the movie of the same name. We're going to have a look at the introduction, the rhythm part, I'll take you guys through the solo, and then we'll have a look at the outro. There's a lot to learn here, guys. It's a great track, as you well know. So let's have a look at the tuning. So we're in open G for this one today. So D, G, D, G, B, and D. Open G. Now if you're interested in the amp settings, pedals, string, slide, guitar, all the sort of details on that, I'm going to put a little segment right at the end of this video. I do get a couple of questions on most videos, so that might be of interest to someone. Otherwise, open G, and let's have a look at the tab. So the intro sounds a little bit like this. So basically we're starting with the open B string here, the second string, which is in fact A. And we are going to be playing with our second finger, muting, and then dropping onto that first string, and then sliding up to 5. And then some sort of wide vibrato, fairly fast, wide vibrato at the top. You notice I've got a little bit of tremolo on the sound as well. That's just coming from the amp, but I don't think it's that necessary. So there it is there. So open 2, first string, sliding. I'm landing about kind of second fret there, and just sliding all the way up to 5. You'll notice all the other fingers on my right hand are kind of muting out the other strings. So again. And then we're going to be jumping down to the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And that's quite a quick movement there, so you might want to just sort of practice that 2nd finger dexterity. So it's... And also try and get that intonation, so you're landing from 3 to 5. And that takes a little bit of coordination, just sort of getting that bang on, because it's quite fast. So, and then from the 3 to 5, we're going to the 3 on the 3rd string, which is up to 4. So then pulling off, so there's your open string. So, and from there, I'm just going to be playing 3 to 5 on the 4th string here, which you'll notice is the same note as the open 3rd string. So, and then fairly wide, fast vibrato again. So again, just slowly, this first phrase. So that is the first phrase. The second phrase is much the same, to be honest. It's, and then we're going to be playing the 2nd and the 1st string together. But you'll notice I'm also muting out these other 3rd and 4th strings here. So this is here. Now if I don't mute them out, I'm going to get, which is kind of not the right tonality. So, and then the same thing again. We're going to be landing. You notice here the 3rd finger is going to be jumping onto that first, just to mute that out. So kind of that harmonica train lick, and then 3, 5, 3, 4 again, pull off to open, and that is the first part of the song, the intro. So for this next part, I'll just give you an idea of the rhythm guitar that's in this track. Now this might not be exactly right, but it will get you on the right path, I think. So basically, as soon as that intro is finished, it'll be something like so basically it's just, I mean, here's your G7. There's your 7 there, and basically you're just sort of cycling between this and this here, which is your full G chord here. It's your G, between G and G7. And as well as that, you're coming to the 3 in the bass, so it's basically just a second inversion chord there. There's your B, A, G. And I mean, it's quite a funky rhythm. And you can sort of play around with it, but essentially it's just sort of starting like, there is it, there's the A sharp to the B, so, oh wait on, there's also maybe 1 or 2 but anyway, that's basically the rhythm, and that's basically the, it's kind of the feel of this rhythm part. It's very cool, very fun to play. So I've got my slide on. It's actually much easier to play without the slide, but I just wanted to, you know, make it more authentic, I suppose, even though he would have probably done it as an overdub. So there it is. There's a rhythm part, more or less. So that was the solo. Apologies for the arrangement. I could only run to drum and bass today. But to play it, we are sliding up to 17 on the first and second string. You'll see from the tab that this is actually the chord is C. The song itself is in G. We're an open G, right? But we go to the 4 chord here for this kind of musical bridge or solo, right? So that would normally be here, 5th fret, but we're going up 12 more to 17, so a little bit more excitement up here. So we're going to be playing triplet, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, up to 17. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1. And this is, there's your root there, and it's on the 3rd string, 17 there. And then we want some vibrato. So there it is again, slowly. From there we're going to be playing the 17, and as we play the next note, we're going to be landing on the 17 to mute it out, and then we're going to be playing 15 on the 1st string. So it's going to sound like... You might remember some Mick Taylor videos where we had that kind of, the lick that sounds kind of like this. Do you remember those? Maybe you do. So basically what we're doing, we're sort of coordinating between those 2 fingers here. 3rd and 4th. You can play the 1st and 2nd if you, this will be easier, but 3rd and 4th, it's nice to sort of work that lazy ring finger out and get that working as well, because if you've got the same placement I've got with the sort of the 1st on the, sorry, my thumb on the 4th string, the 1st string, sorry, the 3rd string with my 1st finger, 2nd string, 2nd finger, and the 1st string with my ring finger here, my 3rd finger, then you'll probably want to be able to play licks like this fairly regularly. So it's quite nice to sort of stick with a system or a system you've sort of gone with. So again, we're going 17 to 15, and this is quite good just to play slowly at first and then sort of get up to speed. And from there, we're going up to 17. So we're... And then just sliding down that 17, 17, 17, first string, second string, third string. Again. Actually, I think I slide into that 17 a little bit there. And actually, I think I play both of those. But that's the basic idea there. So, and again, more vibrato. We're coming to the end of bar 3 there. And bar 5, we're going to be doing a rather adventurous slide up to the 24th fret. Now, if you're playing slide, you're probably not playing on a guitar with 24 frets, so you have to sort of just use your ear. On this guitar, it's about kind of just over the neck pickup there, right? And then vibrato with an unhooked hand, which is always fun and a little bit awkward, but at the same time, kind of like surfing. Although I've never surfed. So there we are, up there. And then from there, the 24th fret, we're going to be going down to 22. Now I do have that on my guitar, so I can play down to, no, so it's 22 to 20. So we're here. So where are we? Let's just... And it's 3 times on that 22 there. And then we're sliding down to 20, 20. And about this time, I generally try to get my thumb somewhere behind the neck again. And this is just the start of a downward, rather nice sort of chromatic run just coming down the neck. And it's very good just to sort of practice your intonation. You don't have to change any strings at all. So we're coming from 20 to 19, to 17, watch the guitar, to 15, to 14, to 12, to 10, and play 9 twice, 9, 10, 11, 12, 10 to a 12 on the second string, and then so 10, sliding into 12, and then pull off there. And then there's the last lick of the solo, which is into 12. Again, this is the sort of that pull off with the mute between the third and the fourth finger. 11. Again. And that brings us to the end of the solo. I'm just looking to see if there's anything I missed. There is actually one thing I think I missed, which is before we do that slide up to 24, the perilous slide, there is a kind of a slide that goes down and up. If I can just demonstrate, maybe. Do you remember that from the record? So we have to do that as well, if we want to do it note perfect, which of course we don't have to. We're using this to learn and expand our vocabulary. But there we are. That is the solo. Let's have a quick look at this outro now. We're on the home straight here, guys. This is the outro. And if you've mastered the intro, this is basically exactly the same. But there's one little touch here which I really, really like. So I wanted to do this as well. So we're the same. So that's the same, and then, and then. So you hear that there? Basically, when we go from 3 to 4, before we go up to 3, we're basically just playing. See that right hand there? I'm just tapping ever so gently, just touching that 15th fret. Basically, I'm just playing the octave. You know, if we play a note here, if we played it here, basically you can experiment with that. You can also play other harmonics as well, but the 12's the easiest to find and the easiest to sort of produce sound with. So that's what we're doing. We're coming in. Sort of, it feels very much like that sort of gospel lick with that that they sing with. So that's it. And then it's a very gentle slide back up to the tonic there. That's the outro. Something to play with there with all the harmonics that you have on the neck. Obviously, you can. Oh, where are we? It's quite a nice touch, and you see and hear some players doing that with slide, because basically you can take the harmony, the harmonic in places that you can't do with a regular guitar. So that's it. These are the parts of the song I wanted to just sort of show you guys. It's one of my favorites, so I hope somebody got something out of this. I know there's a few Crossroads fans out there, so do email me or message me if there's anything else you would like me to have a look at. Now I'm going to cut away and just sort of go through the settings that I use today. Okay? So excuse the quality of the video here, guys, but this is the amp settings here. We've got the volume on 5.5, treble 6, bass a touch below 5. I've got a little bit of the reverb on the amp, about 2.5, and the sort of the tremolo you hear comes from this amp as well. You'll see here the Captor X, which is kind of just a load box, so I'm not actually running the speaker of the amp. It's producing sort of a virtual speaker, which I think is a Celestion Greenback, perhaps. You see the levels there pretty much straight up and down, and it's on the high input level. As far as the pedals I'm just using this rather brilliant EQ, courtesy of Senor Tom Bukovac, courtesy and as per his recommendation. He didn't buy it for me. But what I'm doing with it is simply taking out a bit of I think it's about 100 hertz, and then adding a bit of 800 and adding a bit of 3.5K. So, and there's a bit of compression, but very light compression. When I play quietly, it doesn't actually kick in. And I do like this Empress gear, very transparent and kind of really easy to use, because I don't want to muck around with pedals. You'll see the HX Stomp being retired for this one today. And this is a new acquisition here. This is a Dumkudo pedal, which I know almost nothing about. Apparently it's perhaps a Dumble clone with some other features. I just sort of play with it, and it's almost doing not much at all. It just adds a little bit of squish on the front end, I think, and perhaps a little bit of harmonic content, which I found to be quite good. And I think that's all I really wanted to say. I've got flat wound strings on and using the old Shijie with the Cooder pickup. All right, guys, see you on the next one, eh?